Okay, so we're gonna pull up this Nissan Z reveal as well, or at least the teaser of it, because I did see it this morning, but I didn't look too much into it. I've been busy doing dad stuff and husband stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and play this video here. Let me know if you can hear it. By the way, sometimes you can't hear it for some reason, but just let me know. Ooh, it's back. The 350Z, when I was in high school, was one of my favorite vehicles. Loved that thing. 370Z was cool too, but okay, let's go back. Get out of my way. All right. Daytime running lights, interestingly, run at the bottom and the top. I mean, it's got the iconic, sloping roofline here. It definitely looks very, very smooth. It's going to be super aerodynamic. And yeah, I already like it better than the Supra. Is that bad? Is that bad? I like the new Z better than the Supra, 100%. And Nissan's going to offer it in a 6-speed. They have to. They can't leave the enthusiasts behind on that. But the wheels look absolutely massive. I don't know if you guys can see that. The wheels here, can I full screen this? Those look like 20s on the Z, which it could come, standard with 20s. You have a big piece of chrome here. I just love the roof line. It almost looks like a clay model. That's how clean this looks. The front end, if you look at the front end, it actually looks a lot like a Miata, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think about that. Let's see. See if we can get some different angles here. Not much. You can see that the rear bumper sticks out a bit. You can tell anything from here. It doesn't look like it's going to be a retractable sunroof. My guess is that you would have either if you would have a sunroof or a moonroof, whatever you call it, it would just be a full glass roof there. But man, it looks like it's ready to be unveiled at this point. I mean, this car looks to be done. And for them to put it in their entire lineup probably means that at least their model lineup. I mean, Nissan's not doing well right now, but I have to applaud them for sticking with the Z. And they probably need it to bring buzz and excitement to the brand, because there's not a whole lot of excitement in the Nissan brand right now. And they saw how well that the Supra did for Toyota in terms of building buzz, even though it was met with like mixed reviews and mixed feelings. But they're like, okay, this is, the Supra did really, really well to build excitement and be a good Halo product. Well, and there's a lot of things that it did wrong at the same time. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to build a fully Japanese sports car, give them the manual. Engine will be interesting. What are they going to do with the engine? I don't even think they've used the VQ engines anymore. If they use the engines from the current Infiniti lineup, you would have two options. You would have two different flavors of a twin turbo 3-liter V6. That would be the most logical solutions, in my opinion. But the Z could effectively kill the Infiniti Q60. I think that's what it's called, Q60. Yeah, the coupe. Beautiful car. I actually like the Q60 quite a bit. In the design point of view. I haven't had a chance to drive one yet, and I have spoken to people who owned the 400 horsepower variant, and they got rid of it pretty quick. I think it was the ride quality wasn't very good for them, but I have no personal experience with the car. But anyways, I probably need to see what you guys are typing here, and they might have some more. Where am I? I'm at a Autoblog right now. They might have some more interesting information here. I doubt it though. Oh yeah, they mentioned the 300ZX, which is one of my favorite vehicles of all time. Love that car. It will offer a real touchscreen based infotainment system as opposed to a non-real. What? Okay. Its basic interior layout will be like the Altimas and Sentras. I mean, it's a Nissan, that makes sense. And it'll have a big trunk for a coupe. That's good. Okay, so they go ahead and talk about the same engines that I did. No, yeah, 6-speed manual. You have the 9-speed auto. You know they're going to have an auto in the Z. I think they always have had an auto in the Z. And then, possibly a Nismo version in the future with 500 horse. That would be badass. Super badass. Everyone's thinking is the 400Z. I guess. I don't know. Whatever they name it, it's going to be fine as long as it ends in a Z. Nissan will publish additional information in the coupe in the coming weeks, and it's not unrealistic to assume we'll see the metal for the first time in the next 12 months. It could make its debut online at a standalone event or at an auto show. Who cares? It's a new Z. It's coming our way. Yeah, it's really exciting. What else is in the pipeline? Oh, let's see what else they talk about here. Production version of the Aria concept, the electric crossover. Yep. Which looks pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty sporty looking. If you guys want to see what the Aria concept is, it will come as long as Nissan can survive as a company. Yeah, I mean, it looks all right. I like these daytime running lights, quad beam LEDs instead of the Lexus triple beams. It's all right. It looks a lot like a Model Y in a lot of ways, but guys, unfortunately, that's where everything's going. If everything ends up electric, they're all going to have the same basic design. You could even say right now, all crossovers look so similar. This is becoming a trend not only in Lexus's, but you see even Nissan's doing it. The wraparound taillights, it's becoming a big thing. Yep. Big glass roof, but that's it's not just Teslas that have the big glass roof. It's kind of like standard on their cars. Hate the Supra, said Raymond. LX20 says he likes the new Z. Owen doesn't like the new Supras either. Well, yep. Chosen Impala, what's going on, bro? Looks like an old Fairlady Z. That's fine with me. Let's get it back to the countdown here. The final countdown. There we go. Alex is always stirring up shit. F Acura. Let's focus on the new ISF. Well, there's no new ISF. 4-liter twin turbo would be awesome. It would be, and it would just blow the automotive world away. But I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. Who knows? I hope I'm wrong. And the new silhouette of the Z, there's definitely heritage showing the angle of the headlights and the sloping roofline. Yeah, it looks great. The new Supra doesn't have like it. To me, it doesn't have like any design similarities other than it being a coupe and a Toyota badge on it. Similarities to the older Supras, I should say. It should have been a slightly revised looking Mark IV, but what do I know? What do I know? There's a lot of things the new Supra should have been. Where is the live stream going to be set? What do you mean? So they are not live streaming it per se. They're just uploading a video. But once that video is uploaded, I will play it and stream it back to you. I hope that makes sense. You got the Q50? Yeah, Q50 is a nice car. It's very sporty. Is there going to be a new LX? Yeah, a new LX is coming probably in 2 years, 2 to 3 years. Yeah, well, it could be next fall even. So fall of 2021. That's a possibility. We just don't know. Lexus is so damn secretive about everything. But the new LX will be called the LX 600. Rumors suggest that the V8 won't be in there unless you get, the twin turbo V8 in a higher spec variant, and that would probably be called the LXF or the LX. I don't know, TRD or LRD. They could have an LRD Lexus. I don't know, off-road division. Lord Lexus off-road division. Lord. The LX Lord. What does the new T stand for? On what? Oh, the LT. If you guys want to call it the LT instead of the LQ. Yeah. Well, Swaggy Reggie. There was a leak yesterday. Well, I don't want to call it a leak. There's a speculation or rumor on a Japanese website that there will be an IS 500 that will have the 5-liter 2UR GSE V8 that we see in like the LC 500. And then there was also additional speculation from that same source that there's going to be an ISF with a twin turbo V8. So you'd go from 470-ish horsepower to 550 to 600 horsepower, possibly more, with that twin turbo V8. It's crazy, absolutely nuts, nutso. Jake Carter, hey Kirk, love your videos. I drive a 2019 ES 350 Ultra Luxury. Those are super sweet. I've only seen a couple of those. You can't wait for the debut of the 2021 TLX. Yeah, I'm pretty excited too, man. Thanks for stopping in. Infiniti messed up changing the names of their car models just like Acura did. 100% agree. The G35, G35 was an awesome name. I mean, before that they had the Qs originally, right? Weren't they originally Qs? The 90s models. I don't know a lot of the early Infiniti models, but in the 2000s when I started playing like Need for Speed and just living like a teenage boy's life of loving sports cars. The G35X and the G35 were just super sick cars back then. I remember seeing them. I think it was like a Need for Speed Underground 2. I think that had the G35 in it. Super awesome car. Or maybe, I think some of them also appeared in like Need for Speed Carbon as well. But yeah, would you guys like to see me play more racing games? I could definitely do that. I played Forza quite a bit. Forza Horizon 4. to me that game just gets really boring and repetitive. I don't like the flow of that game. Fast traveling, you have to unlock fast traveling. I've played the game a ton and like I still can't fast travel, so not the biggest fan of how that game's set up. It's gorgeous. It's fun to play, and when you get to races, you just have to drive across the map to get to a race. But maybe I'm doing something wrong. Good morning, Javier. What's up, man? $400Z looks a little boring and too small. Bro, we haven't even got the unveil of it. We just got like a teaser. And it looks way better than a BRZ. Promise you. And it's going to have way more power. And small is a good thing in a sports car. Just ask, the MX-5, the Miata. Javier's already throwing some dollars at me. Bro. Thank you. That's all I can say is thank you. That'll help pay the Target bill today. Ran out to Target in the new Prius. What? I thought about doing the review on the Prius today. I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow. It's not going to be super experience driven. It's just going to be more of a in-depth introduction to the car, some of its features. My limited time with it, I've only had it for like a week now. So, but I'm excited to film. I haven't done a review in, I don't know, January. Maybe January is the last time I did a review or something. It's been a long time. Yeah, I'm just excited to. So, will the Type S be over 50K? Oh, almost guaranteed. Have I ever found out more info on the Sienna Symphony? I did a quick search on it. You may be the one that mentioned it, but yeah, I did a quick search on it. It was on the first generation Sienna, and it had some interesting features to it. But yeah, it was just cool. It's cool that they made a limited edition Sienna. Oh, there's a YouTuber that has custom tracks on Forza. That's pretty cool. Why don't you play something like GT Sport or Assetto Corsa? I definitely could. I thought about buying a Assetto Corsa years ago. I played a little bit of F1. It wasn't for me, really. Assetto Corsa is very similar to Forza, maybe a little bit more. I'm not talking about Forza Horizon. I'm talking about normal Forza. Assetto Corsa might be like a little bit more simulator close, but Forza is pretty damn good too. And I mentioned Forza. I grew up with an Xbox, so Forza, I had all the Forzas growing up. And I played all the Need for Speeds on Xbox and stuff. Waiting for someone to take the first hit on this car and you'll be the second. Carbon gray rims will be a must for the new Type S. Yeah, we'll see. Do I think the A through Z Nissan lineup is a lot? Well, it's good to have a lot of models. Sometimes it can be too much, but if they're able to do it without losing too much money by overbuilding, offering too many models. But I think Nissan should be okay to survive the coronavirus onslaught that is still going on. So many people are still without jobs, and it looks like unemployment is still going up, which is nuts. So, and the car industry is one of those industries that's been hit pretty darn hard. Not as hard as like the service industry or the hotel or the airline industry, but damn. Crown? No. No, 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 no. The Crown should not replace the Avalon. The Avalon just needs to die. The Crown can stay in Japan. If they want to bring it here, it needs to be a Lexus. That's it. The Crown cannot come to America as a Toyota. It would absolutely decimate the IS and any GS, future GS as well. So it's too good of a car. Only Sienna worth owning is the SE with all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive's a must in the van, in my opinion, where I live. Any possible chance the TLX will have a longitudinally mounted engine? It's possible. You know, the original Legends had that. Oh, no, they had a... Yeah, they did. It was longitudinally mounted. There's a chance. There's a chance. I would expect it to be front-wheel drive based, though, but they can still make... It's different, and I know the original Legends had the longitudinally mounted V6, so we'll see. We'll see. I think everyone wants it to be rear-wheel drive, the TLX standard rear-wheel drive, but I mean this is Honda and Acura we're talking about. Have they ever had a rear-wheel drive platform? Not that I know of. They've never had a V8, and that's been the things holding the brand back in a lot of ways from a true luxury brand. Their all-wheel drive system is phenomenal, though, and that is one of their saving graces. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out here in the next 10 minutes. What is your website watching? It's just a countdown. I don't know. The actual, let's see here. The actual screen for my Unveil will be here. This is just the Acura website that at 10 o'clock I'll refresh. Hopefully there's a video here. That's all I'm just a victim of the timeline. It should not be a live stream. It looks like it just says tune in for the reveal video here. So it looks like they're just going to upload a video, which is similar to what Toyota did with the new Venza and the new Sienna. So, yeah. Do you want any project cars in the future? Maybe when I'm older. I just don't have any time for project cars right now. My project is building this YouTube channel and making it as an amazing as possible source of information for you guys. And that's my project. Including project cars in this YouTube project in the future could be a thing, just not right now. So I would have to be full-time YouTuber at that point. Toyota Century is a sick-ass ride too. Lunatic, throwing some money. You guys, always giving me money. That's okay. It's okay. Helps with diapers. Thank you. Thank you so much. You play on console or PC now? I still play on PC, and I just got a brand new big screen TV for my studio up here, and I have a HDMI cord running from my PC to it, so I can play racing games and stuff on it when I want to, sitting on my couch, which is way more comfortable. I don't like playing racing games on my computer. It's okay. Shooters is definitely, I mean, I played a little bit of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm a big fan of the Halo games, but I've always loved racing games, of course. And I'd rather do racing games on a couch for sure. Six minutes, guys. Holy cow. I'm going to keep refreshing on the main screen. They could post it a little bit early. Who knows? You're an Xbox about to switch to PC. Yeah, man, PC's awesome. The cool thing is with Xbox Live Game Pass, you can play games not only on your PC, but you can play those same games on your Xbox too. And it's like it's just an awesome thing. I should get paid by Microsoft, right? But PC Master Race, yeah. But the new Xbox coming out, the One X is going to smoke my computer. Just leave it in the dust until I build a new one. Which, hey guys, what do you think about this? I'm thinking about building a new PC. If you guys don't know, why YouTube is so natural for me. I love computers. I love technology, and I have been waiting to build a new computer for a while. There's a new AMD processor going to be released this fall, and I will build a new PC around it. And I'm thinking about donating, pretty much donating, or giving away is the right word for it. Giving away my current PC to the luxurious fleet with like a drawing of some sort. So what do you guys think about that? I don't know if you guys, because it is a pretty good computer. I could tell you the specs, but maybe another time. And it would be a phenomenal computer for someone to do. I mean, I've created my whole YouTube channel on it. You can do that. You could play any games you want. I have a pretty good video card in there. Tons of memory, lots of storage as well. I'm so behind in the comments, guys. I can't keep up. I'm so far behind. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Michael White, $15. Thank you so much, Michael. God bless you. Tiny bit to help with the new additions. Thank you. Yeah, the new additions. You guys probably know Baby Goldie's downstairs chilling. Great channel, all the best. Thanks so much, Michael. Thanks to everyone who's here. You guys rock. I mean, I have the best. Oh gosh, sorry, I just got distracted. Halo and Midnight Club are Xbox classes. Absolutely, Chris Brown. But yeah, thanks so much for you guys' support. It won't be long before I'm able to spend more time with you in the channel and devote myself, hopefully in the next year I'll be able to do this possibly full time. So every little bit helps. Acura, you better come through. Yeah, fourth gen Ryzen or Zen 3. Somebody knows their PC stuff over here. Chosen Impala, he's been doing his research. Hook me up, I need a PC. Don't get your hopes too high. Acura can be misleading. That's kind of just the Japanese luxury car way, I get my hopes up really high for Lexus, and sometimes they meet them, sometimes they exceed them, and also sometimes they miss the mark. I'll just say that. My son built a PC with a 2080 Ti on it. It runs fairly well. Oh, that card is OP. I wouldn't even be able to use it. I mean, maybe on my big screen because that's 4K, but I play on 1440p, and my 5700 that has been flashed to a 5700 XT BIOS. That thing slays everything all my needs. But I don't play that much. I'm not that serious of a gamer, but I do enjoy definitely the PC version of things. You think 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds for the Type S? It'll be a lot faster than that. I almost guarantee it. I mean, it's got all-wheel drive. If this thing has close to 400 horsepower, it'll be 0 to 60 in 4.5, and that might be conservative. So, hello from Texas. What's going on? I can't, you guys, this is like the first time I've had a live stream where I can't keep up. I can't keep up with the comments. And that's an amazing thing. I've dreamt of a day like this. So thanks for making it a small part of my reality. You guys are awesome. But yeah, we got like a minute left. Holy cow. Let's just hope Acura uploads it right at the 0 minute mark. Twan Jones. Antoine, I'm pretty sure you're Antoine, right? Did you change your name recently? You've been on my channel forever. But thanks so much. 20 bucks. God bless you. Random baby stuff. Yes. Yes. There's lots of baby stuff. And got lots of mouths to feed. And if you guys aren't a parent, I can't recommend it enough. As long as you're responsible, you know, don't drink too much on the weekends sort of thing. But it's the best thing. And if I wasn't, if I wasn't a parent, I got to switch over. If I wasn't a parent, this channel wouldn't be as driven as it is. So let's go to the center live stream here in the middle. Come on, Acura. Okay. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Let's check this other website. They're stringing us along here. Digital review set for Thursday, May 28th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. It's 10 a.m. Pacific time. Come on, Acura. I'll read it a little bit. Thanks again, Antoine. Thanks everyone here. Thanks for all you guys' financial support and just being here. I can't read all of your comments. I wish I could. Yours says forbidden. Come on, Acura, hurry up. I'm supposed to be studying. Man, they're trolling us right now. They're like a minute late. Just like the SpaceX mission, I'm waiting. Just refreshing. Come on. Literally says 403 forbidden. You're supposed to be in the middle of class. Don't skip class. You can always watch this on replay. You're paying for class. F Doug DeMuro. Doug's an all right guy, and he's I look up to him. I don't always agree with him, but I definitely look up to him in some ways. So it's in Acura's YouTube. Are you kidding me? All right, hold on. All right, let's go to Acura's YouTube real quick. Here we go.
Acura into
Videos. I don't see it here either. Am I missing something? People are posting videos now on YouTube. So first look is on KBB. Okay, so let's go to KBB. What the heck? It's a 15-minute video? Oh, is it KBB YouTube? Their press site is up now. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's go to Acura Newsroom. Okay, here we go. God bless America. That took forever. Here we go. All right. They're like, tune into this page. They just trolled us, guys. They're like, tune into this page. All right, here we go. Oh, there's a live stream on YouTube. These guys, that's their media department just failing immensely. Okay, what's going on here? Now it's buffering. They're slacking. Oh, you guys post a link above? Edmonds dropped a video. Goodness gracious. Do I have to watch it inside of here? Yeah, I gotta watch it in here. It's buffering. Acura, unbelievable. I don't know what to say. I have a download speed of 300 megabits per second, and I never have YouTube buffer. I hope I'm not letting you guys down, but Acura didn't tell. They said, stay tuned. Tune in here. Video right here. You guys see that? Tune in here at this time. And it's not on this page. Oh, there it goes. Here we go. Okay, we got something here now. Praise God. All right. All right, 15-minute video. It's still buffering. All right, so we'll hit up the video in a little bit. That's frustrating me too much. I don't know why it's not playing. So let's dive into it. At least we got, you know, some more information here. And the press release might be the place to be for this. It's buffering for you guys too. It's on Redline. Okay. Well, yeah. The more established auto coverers or auto journalists, they're going to have all this beforehand. So, all right. Let's just read it then because the video is buffering. 2021 TLX delivers muscular design, blah, blah, blah. Low roofline, stretched wheelbase, wide stance, okay. Standard 2-liter turbo. So gone is the V6, at least the naturally aspirated V6, which we all guessed this. TLX offers top-of-class power with 66 more horsepower and nearly 100 more foot-pounds of torque than the outgoing entry engine. Ultra-rigid new body structure and advanced new chassis with double wishbone front suspension, the reflexes of Acura's top-selling sedan. Type S debuts Acura's new 3-liter V6 turbo engine and a first 4 Type S super handling all-wheel drive. All right. Prices will start in the mid-30,000. Let's keep reading here. The new TLX Type S will be the first Type S model to feature Acura's torque vectoring, super handling all-wheel drive, making it the best handling and most performance-oriented Acura sedan yet. So it looks like you'll be able to get the 2-liter with the super handling all-wheel drive. Of course, it's got the new true touchpad interface, which is the same as the Acura RDXs. I should say the 2019 and newer Acura RDXs. I've used it. To me, it's super similar to the Lexus setup. The software is a little bit better, but the input is very, very similar to the Lexus touchpad interface. Man, it's just a wall of text here. I'm so spoiled and used to the Lexus and Toyota press releases, and maybe I'm just more familiar with them. But I just see a wall of text here, so it's like, okay, I got to pick out what the relevant information is here. And you guys are probably typing away in the comments here. Edward Moon giving me money. Holy cow, God bless you. Well, thank you for coming in, and I'm sorry that the video has been buffering and it didn't upload on Acura's website second everything went live, but I'm here to give you the full coverage. It might not be in 10 or 15 minutes, but if you have a little bit of time, I will cover everything. And I will make a follow-up video tomorrow condensing all the important information here because there's a ton, and yeah, I'm just trying to translate it here on the spot for you guys. How much horsepower? Okay, let's just skip to it. Do they mention how much horsepower the turbo 3-liter has? Interesting. Hold on. This looks cool. NSX Electro Servo brakes, first developed for the second generation NSX. The new TLX utilizes a highly sophisticated Electro Servo brake system. The system allowed Acura engineers to finely tune the brake pedal force and electronically control brake pressure to optimize the vehicle's performance, driving, and characteristics. It sounds like it could be expensive to fix. That's that's what I hear. But hey, it might work out pretty well. So the Type S will have larger discs, and we knew it was going to have Brembos based off the leak we saw yesterday. So we just got confirmation of that. TLX is going to have standard 18-inch wheels, which are bigger than the old ones, it looks like, and available 19-inch wheels in various finishes depending on the trim. Performance tuned 255 series rubber provides 20% more lateral grip than the outgoing tire. So really, really wide tires here. It's going to be pretty sick. Type S will have 20-inch wheels, 10-spoke alloy wheels finished with shark gray. So we mentioned in the stream earlier, one of you guys is like, they got to have gray wheels. They got to. Well, there you go. Shark gray. There's an optional lightweight wheel inspired by the NSX Y-spoke. So that's cool. It's probably a forged wheel of some sort. Okay, two high-power turbo two high-output turbo powertrains. So the 2-liter has 272 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. To put that in perspective, Lexus uses the 8AR FTS 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. That has 235 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. This thing, so this is the same engine they use. If I say motor a lot, I always get it screwed up. I know it's not the right word, but if they use the same engine in the RDX, which has a very similar horsepower rating, but it's still impressive to get that much horsepower out of a production level 4-cylinder. Pretty damn impressed. And that's a really good base motor engine. Sorry, like I said, I say motor a lot and it's wrong, but it's very, very impressive. Lexus needs to step up. If they're going to continue to use a turbocharged 4-cylinder, they need to get close to these horsepower numbers. There's no reason they should be trailing by almost 30, 40 horsepower at this point. There's no reason for that. The only reason, in my opinion, is if it's worlds better in reliability, which it might be, actually. Who knows? These engines are almost too early to tell, but from the sounds of it, it already is more reliable. Okay, so you get more torque compared to the V6, and of course it's going to be lower down in the rev range. All right, Type S. Do they not tell us horsepower on the Type S? Okay, let's read about it because I'm a little flabbergasted here. When arrives in spring 2021, the TLX Type S. So we're a year away from the Type S. It'll deliver more power from a 3-liter direct injected and turbocharged engine. I thought it was going to be twin turboed. It looks like it's just going to be a single turbo. And that will be interesting to see how much horsepower. Transverse, it is a transverse mounted V6, which is not what a lot of you guys are hoping for with the longitudinally mounted V6. It does use a dual scroll turbocharger, so just a single turbo, electronic wastegate to deliver immediate high torque response. The new engine delivers dramatic gains in peak horsepower and in torque across the full rev range, including more than 50% increase in torque in the low end. Final specifications for the new engine, including power output, will be released closer to launch at timing. So we got a lot of speculation to do. Maybe not right now, maybe later on in the video or in my video tomorrow on what kind of power this is going to have. But it's kind of like a gut punch, is that they tease this turbo V6 and they're like, oh, you're going to have to wait a long time, maybe 9 months or something, to figure out the horsepower numbers on it. So yeah, don't know what to think about that. 10-speed automatic, so we knew it was going to have the 10-speed on here based off the leak yesterday. No longer is it going to have an 8-speed or 9-speed. Now, it is also giving up the dual clutch. I'm going to reserve judgment on it until I either drive it or learn more about it. Regular automatics are getting really, really fast, catching up to dual clutch, and they seem to be more reliable. So, for example, I feel like the 10-speed in the LS500 and the LC500 is a pretty damn good transmission, and that's a standard automatic. So, yeah. All right, so let's read a little bit more about this super handling all-wheel drive. 40% more rear torque capacity. 30% quicker to front to rear torque transfer than the third generation. Wow, I cannot wait to either drive this or hear how well this thing handles. I think the all-wheel drive system may be even more impressive than the turbo 6-cylinder. It transfers up to 70% of the engine torque to the rear axle during normal driving conditions, while continuously apportioning up to 100% of that rear axle torque either between the left or right wheels. Really impressive again, but kind of expected for super handling all-wheel drive. Additionally, the rear axle is continuously overdriven by 2.9%, which amplifies the yaw moment effect to left to right torque transfer, elevating performance through sharper and more accurate turn-in and improved traceability when cornering. I don't care a whole lot about it, the interior. I've never been a fan of Acura interiors. Yeah, I'm spoiled with Lexus interiors. So I think it's a step up, and we'll look at some pictures here in a little bit. I showed some pictures yesterday in the leaked images. But it looks like there's an available 10.5-inch color heads-up display. That's really awesome to see. They have the award-winning ELS studio audio, which I've heard good things about. No one cares about this stuff. Including 5 premium colors. Okay, so paint colors here. Phantom Violet Pearl. That sounds like a cool color. We saw the Tiger Eye Pearl yesterday. Apex Blue Pearl, previously available only on A-spec models, will be added to the Type S catalog. Okay, that makes sense. 7 interior color options on the TLX. Ebony, which will be black. Espresso, which will be like a dark gray, maybe? Or maybe like a caramel color. Interesting. Graystone would be a light gray. Parchment will be a tan. Let's see, you get red leather in some of the A-spec and Type S models. You have Ultra Suede. Here, exclusive. So the Type S will have a light orchid leather interior option. So that, my guess, light orchid would be a light purple. Maybe we can dig up some pictures on that. This is something that Acura seems to do better than Lexus. Ambient LED lighting throughout the cabin. New system provides unique interior ambient lighting scheme that changes with each driving mode, as well as 24 selectable interior lighting schemes, each named after iconic driving or performance driving destination or track, such as Pacific Coast or Suzuka. That's kind of cheesy, but whatever. And guys, holy cow. I'm so far behind on the comments, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep running through the press release here. So this talks about driving modes. That doesn't get me that excited. It looks like you'd have customizable driving modes, which is almost standard on every single luxury car at this point. Safety technologies, super important, but something most enthusiasts don't care about, especially in a sports car. design, development, and manufacturing. Let's see here. This will be interesting because it'll tell us about the lead up to the vehicle. So development of the TLX is conducted primarily in America. Styling was led by Acura Design in Torrance, California. Platform development was led by engineers in Ohio. Engineering development of the 3-liter turbo V6 was led, thank God, thank God it was led in Tochigi, Japan. So the new TLX will be manufactured exclusively at the company's Marysville, Ohio plant using domestic and globally sourced parts. Interesting. I'm sure most of you guys would have liked to see the thing be made in Japan. I know I would like for that. The Type S, it would have been a nice bonus to have that be made in Japan. But I think it'll be just fine being made in Ohio. But I'm more of a purist. So the 2-liter and 3-liter turbocharged engines will be produced exclusively at the company's Ohio engine plant, also home to the twin turbocharged V6 hybrid power that powers the NSX. 10-speed automatic will be manufactured in the Tallapoosa, Georgia plant, and the super handling all-wheel drive system manufactured. So that's very interesting. It seems like they're making a lot of these different parts at different USA plants, and then assembling them in Marysville, Ohio. But they have, interesting stuff for sure. A breakdown of the current versus the upcoming TLXs. So you see here, I was right about it. You can get super handling all-wheel drive on the four-cylinder turbo. So suspension is a huge upgrade here. Of course, the rear suspension stay the same, but the front suspension is superior on the new one. Steering, belt-driven electric power-assisted steering. So they got rid of the rack and pinion, which is okay. Braking, hydraulic assist, and this is the Electro Servo. So they just have, electronic brake or electric braking assist instead of hydraulic, that's fine. I mean, a lot of cars are going to that now. Wheelbase is almost 4 inches longer. Length is about 3 inches longer. Width. And these numbers needed to get bigger. They needed to get bigger because the RLX is dead. So make the TLX a little bit bigger. They need to, I don't know what they're going to do with the ILX. That's like a Honda Civic. They need to do something with that. Seems like that car's been up forever now. But yeah, they need to do something with the ILX or just kill it off. It probably doesn't sell. I hardly see any ILXs. What's going on? There we go. On the road today. So let's see if we can watch this video now. See if it's going to work for us. So far, so good. It's not the highest quality, but it's better than buffering, right? Type S. On the headrest, similar to like the Lexus F Sport on the headrest. Beautiful car, man. It looks very European from the side, in my opinion. But very, very Good looking front end, absolutely. Not as good as looking as the concept, but I can't expect it to look quite as good.
The TLX is one of the most important pieces for us as we rebuild the brand for the future of Acura. It's the next big leap, if you will, in the strategies that we've put in place.
There's a big screen in there, the 10-inch screen.
We launched NSX to tell everybody we're a performance brand. We got into racing, we're winning trophies. We showed the world that the RDX is a great performer with an SUV. Now you have the sports sedan. That's the proof point for everybody to enjoy. There's
I love how
a level of
long that hood
expectation
is.
that comes with the performance sedan, and this car will deliver that, and we're really, really excited about that.
But man, it would have been nice to have a longitudinally mounted V6
We really doubled
and a
down
rear-wheel drive
on the
platform.
things
But
sports sedans
what do you
do
expect?
best.
This is accurate.
Styling, performance, and emotion. To do that,
Oh,
we took a
gorgeous
step back
car.
to rethink our entire approach to design, technology, and performance. This new TLX platform shares virtually nothing with its predecessor or any other model in our lineup. Top to bottom, this is a truly all-new Acura exclusive sports sedan. It starts with stance and proportion, which are dramatically changed. The wheelbase is
What color
4
would you
inches
guys get
longer,
it in?
and we put that added length
White,
to work.
white
in
looks
exterior
good.
styling,
The blue looks
with a
good.
long
We haven't
dash to
seen all the
axle
colors.
ratio,
The tiger
expansive
eye,
hood,
yellow,
and shorter
gold,
overhangs.
bronze color is stunning.
The new TLX is also wider by
The red
nearly
looked
3
good, too.
inches to deliver a near exotic low and wide stance.
I mean, the
Much
back end.
closer to an Audi A7
I
or
love
Porsche
that quad tip
Panamera
exhaust.
than to a BMW 3 Series.
Our
The
main
grills
objective
looks good too on that
with
Type
the
S.
TLX,
Headlights
our dream
are
was to make
beautiful.
the most emotional mid-sized sedan on the market. We also had a good
You guys are
target
big
with
blue.
the precision concept that kept us focused when things got challenging. The first thing that really stands out is the surfacing. It's really dramatic and emotional. I think it's really different than anything on the market today. Secondly, I
Terrell,
think the
Terrell, I
proportion
agree
of
with
the
you. The
stance is
ILX
very
needs a
strong.
Type S.
The grill and headlights,
that
they're
is
very,
the
very
equivalent
low.
of a
They're
Type
really
R
wide, so
Civic.
they look quite dramatic.
Except with
Going
all-wheel
to the
drive.
side, it's
Have that
obviously
same
the
engine,
performance proportion, the dash
but
to
an all-wheel
axle.
drive.
The rear, the most unique part is it's
That would
really
be so
wide
sick.
fender.
Oh my gosh,
Gives
I
it a
just
really
got too
strong
excited. I
stance
almost got
and
more
interior
excited over
appearance.
that of an ILX
Great stance.
with a
feels like it's
Civic
been
Type
planted to
R's
the road.
powertrain
Have great
with all-wheel
dynamics.
drive
These are
super
all
handling. All that,
obviously
oh,
things that were
that got me really
inferring
excited.
by the way it looks. The way we did that was push the wheels
You
out
think
as
the
wide as
rear
we
end looks
could,
horrible?
Push the hood down as low as we could.
I thought it looked
And
awesome.
also sculpt the fenders and taper the cabin as much as we could.
I think
to
it looks good.
emphasize them as well in the rear.
It almost looks like a Giulia
The hood
in
is
some
something that
ways.
we really wanted to emphasize and create
Maybe,
almost
maybe I'm just a sucker
bigger-than-life
for the quad tip
presence for it.
exhaust in the
And one
Type
way
S.
we could do that was sculpt it really deeply and add some really nice sharp character lines on it. The TLX is really defined by its performance achieved through styling and proportion. And I think it really signifies a big step for Acura going forward as a performance car maker and committing to our precision crafted performance direction.
Investing in this all-new platform created the canvas for our Acura design team with the styling that was first imagined in the Acura Precision concept and a little bit later in the Type S concept.
Oof, those
The
wheels are
dramatic change brought to
awesome.
the exterior styling
the blue.
carries over into
The blue with the
interior
yellow
design as
calipers
well,
looks excellent.
where we created a dramatically more
Okay,
upscale
interior.
and personal cabin experience.
I like how they give you wood
It starts
as an
with
option.
how the wider
I mean,
body enabled us to
guess that's a
provide
good thing
truly
still.
first-class seating space for the driver and front passenger, with top-class shoulder, hip, and elbow room. And then we used the high center tunnel to create the experience of a dual personal
I don't
cockpit.
think they announced any prices. At least I
From
didn't
there,
see any.
we loaded TLX with the latest Acura premium
Actually, yeah,
features
I did.
and technology.
They said entry. They said
with
starting
our
prices in
in-house
the mid
designed
30s, I think.
16-way sport seats, which have been a
But we don't
huge
have
hit
prices on
in
the
RDX.
Type S. Type S was like
We applied the
to
latest
build
generation
hype
of our
for
ELS
the-
Studio 3D
the unveil
premium
of this
audio,
new TLX.
now with 17 speakers. And our true touchpad interface is augmented with a new handrest and
Yeah, I want to see
repositioned hard
performance
buttons
too, brother.
to make it even easier to use. We also applied the
It
latest
doesn't look
generation
like the
of our
concept.
integrated
It doesn't look
dynamic
quite as
system
good as the concept,
to
yeah.
create an even more customizable driving experience, including 27 interior lighting themes named after iconic drives from around the world.
Yeah, Sam,
We
yep,
thought of this
Type
concept,
R
iconic
could
drive,
easily
and we wanted to
easily
honor
be an
different places
ILX.
in the world.
Just give it a super
where you
handling all-wheel
feel
drive,
truly
and then
dynamic driving experience.
Acura would officially be back, in my opinion.
Feel like you're exhilarated through the use of high contrast.
You'd rather get
and
this over
warm
Supra?
colors.
It's
It's just
yeah,
like
it's more
when you
practical than a
view
Supra.
nature, you're comfortable
Depends
in
on what
it,
the
but you're
price
also
is. I
in
mean,
awe
the
of
Type
it.
S
So
of
we
this
try to
would be
bring
priced very
those
similar to a
elements because
Supra.
it brings
And it's gonna
both that
be-
feeling of awe
I mean, it's
that you have
Japanese
in nature,
engineering. I
but
know
also
it's a
brings
lot
that
of
feeling of
American-based
comfort.
engineering as well, but
And
I
then
mean, the
wow
engine
for
and
the
the powertrain
interior
and the
is the genuine
transmission
materials.
are
So the
Japanese
authentic
engineered, so
wood,
that's a
the
good thing.
Milano leather, you feel its richness. First, we're designers. so when
Genesis,
you're
get out.
creating for
I would take
design,
this
you're
over
creating
Genesis.
for function.
Absolutely.
Being artistic is something a little bit
Build
different
quality is gonna be
that may
better.
be on top of that. We really work with a strong concept of precision crafted performance. Precision crafted performance is our
GV80,
uniqueness. So when
I
you
mean,
have
Genesis
that
are
strong
good.
concept in place, you can
I would just rather have
create
this car
an
than any
artistic
Genesis.
identity that's on top of this functional product.
Now let's turn our attention to dynamics.
If you think this is better than
First
a
of all,
Genesis,
this
you're
new
an idiot.
TLX is a premium sports sedan.
We don't have
right
any
down to its
information on it
bones,
yet,
built on the
first of
most
all,
rigid
but I would
body
still probably
we've
take
ever
this over a
made.
Genesis.
This platform serves as the foundation for the Type S as well. So we paid special attention to areas of rigidity that are key for dynamic driving. And every TLX model benefits. We started by applying Acura first technologies like cast aluminum front shock tower mounts to give the suspension a rock solid base. And on that base, we mounted a new double wishbone front suspension.
The double wishbone front suspension allows us to basically do two things. By eliminating the strut, we can reduce the ride height to give it a sportier, lower center of gravity. But more importantly for dynamics, the double wishbone suspension enables the suspension to stroke in such a way that we maintain the maximum tire contact patch as you go around corners. So that allows us to keep more grip and obviously have the best handling possible. We started to play with the idea that we could provide a vehicle that has
Where can you
true
watch
dual
this video
identity
fully?
or
If you go
dual
to
nature
the
at
Acura
customer as well.
newsroom,
So when we tuned our
Acura
adaptive
newsroom will have it
dampers,
up.
we wanted to make sure we used the absolute full range. So when the customer selects comfort, it's true comfort, and you can immediately feel compliance. And when you choose sport, it firms up immediately, and you know that you're driving a sportier vehicle. The sense that we're looking for, it keeps coming back to this direct feel. There is very minimum hand motion required to move this car. You're driving a vehicle that visually is much larger, but it gives you the sense that you're driving a small sports car. And that's what we're talking about when we want this direct, quick, and agile feel.
you're
It
right.
reacts
They didn't
with your
announce a
mind.
manual. I haven't touched on
Finally,
that yet.
for braking,
and
we chose
it doesn't
an
look like it's
off-the-shelf
going to have a
technology.
manual, which
But it was from the top shelf. The new
makes my
Electro
heart
Servo brake
fall out of
technology
my
on
chest.
TLX
It's
comes
really, really
straight
disappointing.
from the NSX. And it uses the exact same actuator to deliver incredibly responsive and powerful stopping power.
Oh, I don't want to
We've
think
also
about
got
the
bigger
lack
discs
of a
on
manual.
all four corners. And for Type S, even larger rotors with 4 piston
Gerudo
brembos
King,
up
hey,
front.
I work for Honda and build these Acura TLX
This
and
is flat
ILX.
out
We
the
plan
most performance-focused
on selling our
Acura
new
sedan we've
Acuras
ever
for
made.
32,000 base.
First, the
Model Type S, I cannot say the
272
price
horsepower,
due to my contract.
2-liter turbo engine.
Gerudo
is the
King,
highest
would I
output
be
power plant
close
in
in
its core
saying
competitive set.
that the
It's all about the torque,
Type S
delivering
will
a
be
huge
between
increase
$55,000 and
across the entire rev range
$60,000?
compared to the previous TLX V6. And compared to the outgoing, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, it's a whole other level of performance. We mated that engine to our proprietary 10-speed automatic, tuned specifically for TLX by way of 4-gear direct downshifts, wider ratio range, and a lower first gear for strong launch performance. While TLX is still offered in front-wheel drive configurations, the available 4th generation super handling all-wheel drive system is unquestionably the most capable and performance-focused all-wheel drive system in the class. We tie all of this together with our new
Sad to say
integrated
Lexus doesn't
dynamic
have
system.
anything compete. Yep.
In addition to comfort,
It is sad
normal,
to say.
and sport modes, there's an all-new individual mode. This was a really
They don't
big
have
area of
anything. They have
focus
a
for our development
GSF,
team,
but that's going to cost you
creating greater
80 grand or
separation
so.
and easily distinguishable differences in feeling between the different preset modes, individual mode,
They don't have
and for
anything
the
else.
Type S, a Sport Plus
They have
mode.
no high performance sedan anymore.
Drivers can easily choose their own settings for dampers,
No ISF. I mean,
steering,
the
throttle,
ISF should still
super handling
exist
all-wheel
for
drive, cabin lighting, and more. With one
let's say
simple push of
70
a
grand.
button, TLX can be dialed in to
And there
your
should be an
precise
IS with a
preferences.
V8 for 55 grand. That's how I feel.
Type S stands
but
for next level
it'll never happen.
Acura performance.
We've been telling you about the return of Type S for a little while now, and our team is thrilled to make that a reality. The
Why are you
engineers
still
who
looking for
developed
a
this new engine
manual?
Were essentially an all-star team of our best engineers, with experts working
Because
together from
although it's
NSX,
slower,
Type R,
it is
and
a more
Acura V6
enjoyable way
engine
to drive a
programs.
performance car.
And we back up this new engine with all the hardware
more
befitting of
satisfying.
a pinnacle Acura sports sedan. This includes making the rigid TLX body even stiffer, adding 4-piston Brembo brakes up front, and beefing up the 10-speed transmission and the super
They
handling
need to
all-wheel
put the
drive
V8 back in
to
the
handle
IS.
the increased engine output.
They need to compete with this. At least have something.
In every aspect of what we've tried
I mean,
to
they're not
achieve with
competing at all with the
Emotion,
German sedans right
the
now.
Type S is
The ES.
basically that
How
on
does
steroids.
Lexus
We
compete with
wanted
the
an
German
immediate
sedans?
sense of awe and
Um,
excitement.
They don't compete.
Every aspect
They
of the car
killed the GS.
is
Um,
different
the
for
IS
the Type S. So we do have a common one
isn't
body
high
structure,
performance enough,
but even there we've added
and the
exclusive
ES doesn't
bracing
compete at all
for the Type
because it's in a
S
class
to
of
take
its
it up
own. It
one
really
more
is. The
notch.
ES just
We
doesn't
have
make any
larger
sense.
20-inch wheels.
That car
We
is
have all season
so
and
good.
summer tires.
If it came
We
in
have
all-wheel
quicker
drive,
steering ratio. We have more emotional
the Germans
sound.
would have
The
to
entire car experience will share
have something to
that
fear,
direct
really.
and agile feel with
The
its
ES
sibling,
would sell
but in every aspect,
50%,
this
50%
provides
more
another level of
sedans
excitement. We
if
want
it had
that
all-wheel
emotion
drive
because
and a
this
decent
is
amount of
the return of
performance.
something truly special, and we want the
So,
Type S to be
Yeah.
our Phoenix. It's coming back, and we want people to be excited about it.
GSF is better. Well, duh, yeah.
All that said, we
The
wouldn't be
GSF
delivering
is
our
way.
precision
Of
crafted
course,
performance
this is the
if
GSF
we
costs
also
30
weren't
grand more than
elevating
this car.
vehicle safety.
20 to 30 grand
Of course,
more.
we're delivering
Of
Acura
course, it's gonna be
Watch's standard
better.
equipment.
No one's asking it
including
to be
features
better than
new
a
to TLX.
471 horsepower.
On the passive safety
V8.
front, our latest ACE body
Um,
structure addresses a broader range
but Acura's
of
is
real-world
performance,
collision scenarios,
touch of
including
luxury,
oblique angle frontal collisions. But
reliability.
maybe the biggest safety news is that the new TLX
At a really
will
good
be the
price
first
point.
model in our lineup
So if they
to
can
apply
bring
our
this
all-new
Acura in here for
next generation passenger front airbag technology.
well, the
This
Type S,
next-gen
if they can bring the
airbag
Type
is
S
a
at
true
55
world's
grand
first
to
technology,
60
and
grand,
it was
I think
developed
they'll
here in America
they got a really
by our own safety engineering
attractive car
experts
here.
in Ohio. All told, this TLX is the most premium and advanced Acura sedan we've ever made.
The new TLX means everything to the future of this brand. Sports sedans have to have emotion, and this car will deliver.
You can say
on
it'll be
that in
under
all
50K
points.
for the Type
So
S,
this
but I can't say
car
anything more
will
than
be
that.
one
We
of
plan
the
on revealing
defining
Type S
vehicles in the
price
lineup
very
to
soon.
tell everybody what
That's awesome,
Acura
and I hope you guys can tell us more about the performance of this new turbo 3-liter 6-cylinder. You know, we were all so excited to learn more about it, and while we learned more about the super handling all-wheel drive, I think most people really like the design of it. Learning about a new Acura power plant is pretty exciting. A new performance-oriented power plant is exciting. So hopefully we can get more information, not only on the price, but the engine output and the performance numbers of this car. You know, how quick can it accelerate to 60? How quick can it brake? What's the lateral grip on it? And the lateral grip should be pretty dang good with its torque vectoring and What else was I going to say? Oh, it's got wider tires than before. So Apex Blue looks good. Yeah. Okay. Sam's like, if I had to guess 49,995 to say they can be under 50K. Yeah. Maybe it's 49,995 with a smaller screen, you know. Maybe not all the safety features sort of thing. Little inside scoop on the Type S horsepower. Acura is still working on the mapping. Type S was almost 500 horsepower and it had issues with the gas mileage. Shit. I don't expect 500 horsepower from this. I was thinking 400 at the most. It's just a single turbo here. Nissan / Infiniti has a 400 horsepower. But do they have is it a twin turbo? Theirs might be a twin turbo. Let me look. You guys might know in the chat. It is a twin turbo in the Infiniti. Well, this is a single turbo. Now, I know you can get tons of power still from a single turbo, but I don't expect it to go over 400 horsepower. I need to start saving up for the Type S. This video made me want to go wax my car. Yeah. This is overrated. When I think you meant when Lexus drops its new F-line, Acura is dead. We have nothing confirming a new F-line from Lexus. So Acura is just fine. This is a great product. It's arguably the best time for Acura right now because they have no competition from Lexus with a high performance or higher performance sports sedan. The GS and the GSF are gone. The IS doesn't have anything right now, not until the refresh. And if they put the V8 from the IS, that's great. That's great. Competition's great. We need to have the IS to compete with this thing. And it cannot do that with its 311 horsepower V6. It's a great engine. It'll run forever. It's tried and true. But it's been around for like 30 years. So they need to have either slot the V8 in there or the twin turbo V6 in it. And that's what they should have done with the GS. I know they had the V8 in the GS, but it was too expensive, so it was pointless in my opinion. Amazing car. And I think Doug DeMuro did a video recently. I didn't watch. I just read the title. That's what I do with most of his videos. But he did a GSF review. He's like, a terrible new car and an amazing used car. The GSF at 50 grand, low miles, is an amazing car. GSF new at 80 plus grand. No, because when it's used, that it's going to run forever. I mean, that 5-liter V8 will run forever. It's a Lexus. It's built like a tank. So there's very little difference between a brand new Lexus and a 5-year-old Lexus with average miles. That's my opinion. And that's like most Lexuses, I should say, the better built ones. Not all of them are built to the same quality, but all of them are pretty damn good. Blue color is too litty. Can't wait till Infiniti Project Black comes out. That'd be cool. G70 is the main competition here. I think so. I think the G70 is a great competitor to this car. That's got the 3.3 liter turbo engine, and that's got 365 horsepower. At least it does in the G80 that I reviewed, and I loved that car. Not the nicest on the inside, but pretty clean, and the performance of it was impressive. So I know the G70 is a little bit smaller with the same engine. So Gerudo King says, you're going to be a big surprise if you think if we were going for anything lower than 450 horsepower. Shh, I didn't say that. If this thing has 450 horsepower from the 3-liter turbo, my mind will be blown. I'll just say that. I want it. I want it. I want it so bad. It'll force everyone else to step up the game. If this engine is that good, that powerful from a 3-liter single turbo, I mean, this is going to be the talk of the automotive world. You know, just like in a lot of ways, the Civic Type R is as well. I mean, that thing is so popular amongst enthusiasts. If this 3-liter can be 450 horsepower or more, which is hard for me to believe, but I'm so used to being fed so conservative numbers from the Japanese automakers. So we'll see. We shall see. I'm not going to get my hopes up though. I'm going to say 400 horsepower. And that's even I think I may even be overshooting, but if you're saying 450, I want to be proven wrong. So new G70, what, 380 horsepower? Oof. Ooh, I want to drive that. Boot this Lexus fanboy out of here. Fanboys are okay, but flaming fanboys are not. I love Lexus probably more than any other automaker, but that doesn't mean I don't love other automakers too. I love Acuras. I like Genesis quite a bit. I just don't have enough experience with them. I do like Infinitis quite a bit. I like Porsches a lot. I know that's not a Japanese automaker, but I love the design of Porsches more than any other European automaker, or I should say luxury automaker. So, yeah. Above 50K starts getting closer to the RS3, which will be a tough sports sedan to compete with. But if it has 450 horsepower, it can compete with whatever it wants to, really. The back looks like a new Camry. I think it looks more like an Alfa Romero Giulia. Is that what it is? Yeah, the Giulia. Yeah. I love Acura. I want some. I want it to come back, but they are still asleep. That's sad that Acura was such a icon of performance in the world back in the 90s, and now Hyundai and Genesis, it's killing them. Yeah. Yep. But fingers crossed, not for long. I mean, this Type S could set things straight. V8 is way more costly to maintain in a Lexus. True. V6s are a lot. The V6s in the Toyota and Lexus lineup are definitely less maintenance, but the V8 is still going to be very, very, very reliable if you just do basic maintenance to it, which isn't that expensive. The turbo engines are going to be more expensive to maintain. The Lexus NX, out of all the Lexus vehicles, I think the NX, because of its 2-liter turbo, is one of the more expensive Lexus models to maintain with regular maintenance compared, and even though it's one of the lowest priced models. So Ooh, imagine a murdered out TLX Type S. That would look so good. So good. 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds for the G70. I mean, if this thing has 400 horsepower, I would say it's going to do 0 to 60 in the same time, if not faster. If it has 450 horsepower, it could be in the low fours. If they put a V10 in the NSX, well, that's the thing with Honda and Acura. They don't make engines with a lot of cylinders. They never made a V8, let alone a V10. That's a sad thing that I know of. I could be wrong, but I'm so far behind on comments, guys. Holy moly. Trouble R6 says Lexus seriously needs to come back with a new ISF. Yeah, they should have never killed the ISF. That's what it just drives me nuts. Drives me nuts. I don't even want to get started on the ISF, really. Lexus does a lot of things that just boggle my mind. Trinidad says, "Hey Kirk, think of the weight." What weight? On the new Type S here? I think it's going to be a pretty lightweight vehicle. Oh, the MDX was supposed to come out this year. I didn't know that. They need a new MDX. Oh my gosh, that thing's so old.
The TLX is one of the most important pieces for us as we rebuild the brand for the future of Acura. It's the next
Only
big
V8
leap,
from
if you will,
Honda
in
is
the
in their older
strategies
Indy
that we
cars.
put in place as we
Acura needs a
build the
V8,
brand.
V10 car.
We launched the
No,
NSX,
V10s aren't
elevated
necessary.
performance brand.
Neither are
We've done
V8s,
racing,
but man,
winning trophies.
they missed the era of the V8. They totally just
Showed the
skipped
world
it,
that the
and now
RDX is a great
this is
performance
the
with
time where
SUV.
V8s are dying
Now you have the sports
due to
sedan.
forced
That's the
induction
big
and
point
increasing
for
emissions
everybody to
regulations.
enjoy. There's a level of expectation
Yeah.
that comes with a performance sedan, and this car will deliver that, and we're really, really excited about that.
And yeah, and like Garudo says,
doubled down
it costs too
things
much to make
sports
V8s and
sedans do
V10s.
best.
Absolutely, they're
Styling,
expensive.
performance,
Um,
and emotion.
Now, Garudo
To do
says
that,
we're
we
going
took a
to
step back
hybrids.
rethink our entire
In the
approach
next 5
to
years, pretty
design,
much every
technology, and performance.
Acura, definitely
This
every
new
Lexus
TLX
is going to have
platform shares virtually
a
nothing
hybrid
with
variant
its
or only be a
predecessor
hybrid.
or any
So
other model in our
I think
lineup. Top to
Lexus
bottom,
is going to
this
lead
a
that way for the
truly all-new
Japanese luxury
Acura
automakers.
exclusive sports
Infinity, who knows if they're going to come out of this alive?
sedan. It
I hope
starts
they
with
do.
stance and proportion, which are dramatically changed.
Acura's,
The wheelbase
I think they're
is
going to come on
4 inches
strong here. They get a new
Put that added
MDX out.
length to work.
They get a new ILX out and a
Long
Type S
dash-to-axle
ILX.
ratio, an
I
expansive
mean, it's
hood,
game on, and Lexus
shorter
needs
overhangs.
to respond to that.
The new TLX is also wider by nearly 3 inches to deliver a near exotic low and wide stance, much closer to an Audi A7 or Porsche Panamera than to a BMW 3 Series.
Car would be great if they revert back to the old emblem, have
Our
a heads-up
main
display,
objective with
and a
the TLX
365, 380
and our
horsepower
dream
to
was
winner,
make
maybe
the
some of
most emotional
2023.
mid-sized sedan on the market. We also
Could there
had
be a
to
hybrid Type
target
S,
with the precision concept
or that would not
that
make sense?
kept us
Eventually,
focused when things got challenging.
eventually.
The first thing that really stands out is the
Probably
surface.
not until 5
Really
years from now.
dramatic
That'd be
and
my
emotional.
guess.
I think it's really different than anything on the market today.
Garudo King might, if he's still
Secondly, I
here,
think
might
the
have something to
proportion
say about
and the
that.
Stance is very strong. The grille and headlights, they're very, very low. They're
The new
really wide,
MDX
so they
is
look quite
Legion
dramatic.
looks really good so far.
Going to the side,
We'll have a
it's
Type S
obviously the performance
variant
proportion, the
released in
dash to
early
axle.
2021.
The rear, the most unique part is its really wide fender gives it a really strong stance and muscular.
Do I think people who wanted a GS will now get a TLX instead? There's going to be a
Great
few.
stance. Feels like it's
There will
being
definitely
treated
be a
to the
few.
road and have
The thing is,
great
this car doesn't
dynamics.
look
These
like
are
it's
all
coming out till
obviously
spring of
things that we're
2021,
inferring by the way it
and
looks.
a new refreshed
The
IS
way
will
we
be
did
out by
that was
then.
push the wheels out as wide as
And
we
although it's
could,
not a
push the hood
redesign,
down as low as we could, and also sculpt the
they're
fenders
going to make a
and
lot of
have it
adjustments
pushed
to
through.
it, so it'll
Just
look
like
like a
the
redesign. Um,
The hood is
it's going
something
to
that we really
be
wanted
it's
to
going to be a
emphasize
nice car, and if
create
they
almost a
if they
bigger
put
than
the
life
the
presence
V8
for
back
it.
in there,
And one way
it's
we could
really
do
going to
that
steal
was
some of the
sculpt
thunder of
it
this Type
really
S.
deep
There's no doubt.
add some really nice
There's
sharp
no
character
doubt.
lines on it.
I mean, think if
The
they put
TLX
the
is really
if
defined
they
by
they call it
its
the IS
performance
500,
achieved through styling and
it's
proportion.
quite
And I
possible
think
that
it
they
really
also have an
signifies
all-wheel
a big
drive
step
with the
for
V8, which would
Acura
be the
going
first
forward
time
as
ever
performance
for an
harmony
IS to have for the
community
V8 to have all-wheel drive in a Lexus vehicle. I should say the 2UR
Investing in this
engine.
all-new
Of course, you get
platform
all-wheel
created
drive
the
with the
canvas
GX and
for
the
our
LX with their
Acura design
V8s,
team,
but
with the styling
the
that was
more
first
performance
imagined
racing
with
engine, the
accurate precision
2UR,
concept
we've
and a
never
little
seen
bit
an all-wheel
later,
drive with
the
it
Type S concept.
that I can think of.
The dramatic change
Um,
brought to the exterior styling carries over into the interior design as well.
Maybe
where we created a
maybe if you
dramatically
count
more
the
upscale
LS600
and personal
HL,
cabin experience.
with if that had a hybrid
It
variant
starts
to
with
it,
how
I
the
don't
wider
remember if it
body
did. I think it
enabled us
did.
to provide
They may have been
truly
standard
first-class
all-wheel drive. I
seating
really
space
don't
for
remember.
the driver and front
So,
passenger. With top-class
the
shoulder,
Nissan
hip,
Unveil
and
new
elbow
Z.
room.
They teased
we
a new
used the
Z.
high center
Yeah, they
tunnel
teased a new
to
Z.
create
That's what I
the
started my
experience of a
stream with
dual
today.
personal cockpit. From there, we
This
loaded
has
TLX
less
with
than
the
350
latest
horsepower.
Acura
I'm going to the
premium
dealership,
features
sit
and
in,
technologies,
break
starting
wind,
with our in-house designed 16-way
admire the
sport seats,
interior since I
which
like
have been
it,
a
and go
huge
home.
hit in RDX. We applied the latest generation
Garudo says they're
of our
teaming up with
ELS
GM to
Studio
make 2 new
3D
models of electric
premium
vehicles
audio,
too.
now with
Yeah.
17 speakers.
You have to.
And our true
You have
touchpad
to.
interface is
Yeah, I know
augmented
Honda's
with new hand rests
t-
and repositioned hard buttons
been teaming up
to
with
make it even easier to use. We
GM.
also applied the latest
and,
generation of our
You know,
integrated
Toyota's
dynamic
been
system
teaming up with
to create an even
BMW.
more customizable driving
Who else have they
experience,
been working with? I mean,
including
of course,
27
Subaru. They own
interior lighting
Subaru, or at least a
features
large part of it.
named after
Suzuki,
iconic
Yamaha,
drives from around the world.
Mazda. So they have so many
We
companies
thought
they
of this
work with.
concept, iconic drive, and we
Her
wanted
name's
to honor
Gypsy?
different places in the world. Where
Gypsy
you feel
Modena.
a truly dynamic driving experience. You feel like you're
Will the new
exhilarated
Type S be
through
faster
use
than the
of high
Q60 RS? So it
contrast
sounds
and
like it.
warm colors.
Um,
It's just like when you view nature,
sounds like
you're
it, but who
comfortable
knows?
in it, but you're also in awe of it. So we try to bring those elements because it brings both that feeling of awe that you have in nature, but it also brings that feeling of comfort.
Infinity is dying.
And then the wow for the
Or sorry,
interior,
Infinity is
genuine
dying, and so is
materials.
Nissan. Yeah, it's
So
sad. I don't want them to.
wood, the Milano leather, you
They
feel
can
it's
die
richness.
after they release the new
First,
Z after a few
We're
years.
designers, so when you're creating
The
for
Z
design,
needs
you're
to come out.
creating for
I don't care really about the rest of
being artistic is
Nissans. I
something
like the
a little bit
Patrol,
different,
aka
but then
Armada.
maybe
I
on
think
top
that
of
is
that,
a cool
we
truck.
really work with a strong
SUV.
concept of
That's the
precision
same thing as the
crafted
Infinity
performance.
QX80.
Precision crafted performance is
I like
our
the
uniqueness.
Q60, at least
So
the
when you
looks
have
of the
that strong
Q60.
concept in place, you can
Don't care
create
anything
an
about the
artistic
QX60
identity that's on top of this functional
or the
product.
QX50. They ruined that vehicle with the CVT. Other than that, it would have been decent. I can't recommend that vehicle
Now let's
unless
turn
you
our
get like a
attention
really good
to
lease on it.
dynamics. First of all, this new TLX is a premium sports sedan right down to its bones, built on the most rigid body we've ever made. This platform serves as the foundation for the Type S as well. So we pay
Jesse,
special
no, it's
attention
only a
to areas of
10-speed
the
auto.
journey that are
It doesn't
key
look like
for
there's going to be a
dynamic
stick
driving.
shift to it.
And every TLX model benefits.
It's sad, but
We started by applying
I can't really
Acura
expect
first
that anymore.
technologies
The Supra
like
didn't
cast
have it.
aluminum
No,
front
no
shock
Lexus
power mounts
performance
to
models
give the
have it.
suspension a rock solid base. And on that base, we mounted
The
a
only
new
shot that they
double
have
wishbone
is if they
front
bring
suspension.
the Type R, the Civic Type
The
R's
double wishbone front suspension
um,
allows us to
set up, bring it to the
basically do two
ILX,
things. By
and
eliminating the
keep
strut,
a 6-speed
we
manual.
reduce the
That's
ride
the
height,
only
give it a
shot.
sportier, lower center
But
of
we'll
gravity.
see.
But more importantly for dynamics, the double wishbone
It
suspension
will.
enables the suspension to stroke in such a way that we maintain the maximum tire contact patch as you go around corners. So that allows us to keep more grip and obviously have the best handling possible. We started to play with the idea.
Oh, the
that we could
TLX
provide a
is
vehicle
going to
that
release this fall. Okay, it was the
true
Type
fuel
S that won't be
identity,
available
original
till
nature, as
this
the
spring.
customers will. So,
So-
when we tuned our adaptive dampers, we wanted
That's
to make
what I
sure
got
we used
mixed
the
up.
absolute full range. So when the customer selects comfort, it's true comfort, and you can immediately feel compliance. And when you choose sport, it firms up immediately, and you know that you're driving a sportier vehicle.
New interior is
The
far
sense that
better than
we're
the
looking
current.
for,
Yes, it is.
It
Yep.
keeps coming back to this direct feel.
CVT is a
There is
killer.
very
Yeah.
minimum
CVTs
hand
are the
motion
worst.
required to move this car. You're driving a vehicle that visually is much larger, but it gives you the sense that you're driving a small sports car. And that's what we're talking about when we want this direct.
Regular auto. Yeah, correct. It's
gradual
not a
feel.
dual clutch.
It reacts with your mind.
There's a 50-50 chance that Lexus will
Finally,
release
for
the
braking,
ISF.
We chose an off-the-shelf technology, but it was from the
It
top
can go
shelf.
either way.
The new Electro Servo brake technology on TLX comes straight from the NSX.
Well, guys,
It uses the exact same
any
actuator
last questions for me? I'm probably going to wrap this up
incredibly
and
responsive
maybe
and
make a
powerful
summary video
We've
for
also got
tomorrow
bigger
on
discs
this
on all four corners,
TLX with all the
and for Type
you know,
S,
important
even larger
information.
rotors with 4 piston Brembos up
But
front.
yeah, go ahead and ask me
This
any
is
additional
flat out the most
questions,
performance-focused
um,
Acura sedan we've ever made.
and then I'll
First,
wrap this
the
up.
272 horsepower, 2-liter turbo engine is the highest output power plant in its core competitive set. It's all about the torque, delivering a huge increase across the entire rev range compared to the previous TLX V6. And compared to the outgoing, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder, it's a whole other level of performance. We mated that engine to our proprietary 10-speed automatic, tuned specifically for TLX by way of 4-gear direct downshifts, wider ratio range, and a lower first gear for strong launch performance. While TLX is still offered in front-wheel drive configurations, the available 4th generation super handling all-wheel drive system is unquestionably the most
Yeah, thanks so much, guys, for coming in.
performance-focused all-wheel drive system in the
Am I disappointed with the Type S?
we tie
Absolutely not.
all of this together
I don't
with
have
a
enough
new
information
integrated
on
dynamic
it,
system.
and I would
In
reserve
addition to
judgment
comfort, normal,
until I
and
drive
sport
it.
modes,
So,
there's an all-new individual mode.
but hey, thanks guys so
This
much
was a
for
really big
stopping
area
out.
of focus for our development team. Creating
Yeah,
greater
you guys are
separation
welcome to be back on the
and
channel to
easily
bother me at any
distinguishable
time.
differences in feeling
Um,
between the different preset
So
modes
thanks for stopping out.
and
Thanks for if you
individual
guys the guys are in here that donated.
Drivers
Thank you so much. That's
Drivers
freaking
can
amazing. Thank you
easily
for your
choose their
generosity for
own
supporting
settings for
me and the
dampers,
channel.
steering,
Thank you so much for
throttle,
guys just
super
being
handling
here.
all-wheel
It's
drive,
amazing that I'm able
cabin
to
lighting, and more. With
have such a
one simple
fun,
push of a
vibrant,
button,
enthusiastic
TLX can be dialed in
automotive
to
community
your
here.
precise preferences.
So, and yeah, lots of videos coming
Type S stands for next
in the
level
future.
Acura performance.
I will have a video summing up everything we learned today,
We've been
or
telling
at
you
least the
about
most
the
important
return of
things we learned
Type S for a
today.
little while now,
And
and our team
yeah,
is
until next
thrilled
time,
to make
peace
that
out.
reality. The engineers who developed this new engine were essentially an all-star team of our best engineers, with experts working together from NSX, Type R, and Acura V6 engine programs. And we back up this new engine with all the hardware befitting of a pinnacle Acura sports sedan. This includes